What's up, Ravens fans? It's time to hear from you guys in this week's Ravens Mailbag, and there's lots of good questions this week as minicamp is actually taking place right behind us right now. And the first question today comes to us from Twitter. The question is, assuming everyone's healthy in the defensive backfield, who starts at cornerback, Marlon Humphrey or Brandon Carr?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Marlon Humphrey here. I think that the second-year player, first-round pick, really proved a lot in his rookie year. I mean, this guy, he can run with the best of them. I think he learned a lot from his rookie year. He's physical. He's exactly the kind of cornerback the Ravens like, press corner. I mean, he proved a lot as a rookie. So I think if Jimmy Smith is on the field with his Achilles, and that's still, I think, an if, whether he's going to be ready for week 1 to be thrown in there as a starter. But if that's the case, then I think it's he and Marlon Humphrey. And that's no knock on Brandon Carr. He'll still get a lot of action because, as we all know, the Ravens use 3 cornerbacks a lot.
I think the biggest piece of this question is whether Jimmy's healthy.
I mean, for sure.
The assuming part of this question is a big assumption. I think the Ravens could certainly maybe try to ease him back in. He's coming back from a late season torn Achilles. You know, that's not something you can just, hop right back in. It's not like a sprained ankle or anything like that. This is a serious injury. So we'll see what happens there. All right, the next question also comes to us from Twitter. This question is from John Edwards, and the question is, hi, I'm a teacher and a PSL owner, and my question is, seeing that you have 3 premier quarterbacks, will you be running what we call in education a station rotation? You know what a station rotation is?
I never did a station rotation.
Let me tell you what it is. Here's what it is. You give each of your receivers an opportunity to work with each quarterback, practicing each skill set. Well, here's what I would say to that question, John. It's a good question. All of these quarterbacks work with all of these different receivers. Now, for the most part, Joe Flacco, who's going to be the starting quarterback, he's going to spend the most time working with your top receivers, Michael Crabtree, John Brown, Willie Snead, because, look, he needs to develop chemistry with these guys. It's not like they have years of built-up chemistry.
They're in the same boat as the rookies. They're all starting from a blank slate.
Exactly. But then you will see certainly times where a guy like, say, Jordan Lastly or Jaleel Scott, the rookies, will get opportunities to work with him. And then you'll see there'll be plays on the field where Lamar Jackson is working with Michael Crabtree. These guys are all rotating in so they can develop up that chemistry and that familiarity.
Yeah, so they have a rotation station.
Rotation station is correct.
Last question comes from Dave Johnson, and the question is, who is working out at punt returner and kick returner? This is an interesting question because Michael Campanaro is now in Tennessee, so the Ravens do have an opening spot at returner. Now, the more difficult one to fill, the more difficult job is punt returner. I think that takes a little bit more, and plus you might not even see a whole ton of kickoff returns this year. So at punt returner, what you're really looking at is Janarian Grant. He's an undrafted free agent. You're looking at Tim White, who was an undrafted free agent last year coming off an injury. And the wild card here is Willie Snead, the veteran wide receiver who the Ravens signed. Now he would take up, he's obviously going to make the roster as a wide receiver. And if he can also fill that job as a punt returner, well, now you don't have to keep an extra spot for one of those 2 undrafted guys, because it's going to be tight at wide receiver. Can Janarian Grant or Tim White make it as a wide receiver? It's going to be difficult. When you look at kick returner, Chris Moore, who most likely also will already be on the roster because of his offensive talent, he could be your kick returner, or potentially Willie Snead or one of those other guys who I already named for punt returner.
Yeah, that's one of the few positions that truly is kind of up for grabs right now, that punt returner spot.
But I think it's so tight on the 53-man roster here that this is my point, is that I don't know that they're going to have a specific spot for a returner. I think it's going to have to be somebody that's contributing on offense that also doubles as a returner.
All right, so that's all the time we have for Mailbag this week. We need to get out there and watch some practice. So send in those questions every single week on social media using the hashtag #RavensMailbag. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.